engaged with some lawyers, and they told me about some situations they found themselves in, and they felt that it was bad in terms of customer service. So, from some attitude of some nurses, bank tellers, cashiers at supermarkets, traders, among others, many people have had some bad experiences when it comes to dealing with people who are running or manning businesses. What has been your own experience with customer service in Ghana? What's been your own experience when it comes to customer service in Ghana? Is it good or is it bad? We'd like to hear from you. So share your thoughts with us. Our WhatsApp number is 05511119995. That's our WhatsApp number. Record something pertaining to your experience in terms of customer service and send it to us. Our WhatsApp number again is 05511119995. We're live on Facebook as I speak, so you can join us also on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM on Facebook and share your own personal experiences with us. And just to kickstart the conversation, yesterday, like I said, I was in the company of some lawyers. Now, one of the lawyers said to me that he nearly had stroke some time ago. So he was advised that periodically, anytime he feels funny, he should rush to the nearest, health facility and get his BP and stuff, checked. So according to him, at one point in time, he was sitting in the company of some friends and was not feeling too good. So he told one of the lawyer friends to drive him to a nearby facility. Now the driver, the lawyer friend obliged. They got to a health facility around their Tonto area, and then the nurses were glued to watching a telenovela. Nurses on duty that evening were glued to watching a telenovela. So they went in there and they expressed, to the nurses what has brought them there. Now, one nurse will come, according to the lawyer, one nurse will come and check his BP and then scream out loud, "Hey, El Sropao!" We'll just leave, go and continue watching the telenovela. Another nurse will come, check it, and also will scream and say, "Hey, when was Sropao?" A third one came and nothing was done. Like they didn't call any doctor to come check up on him. They didn't try to give him any first aid to see if it would come down. Nothing was done. Up until they decided to leave that facility to another facility. And then interestingly, when he got to that other facility, which of course was a private facility, they checked the BP and it was normal. So some nurses and their attitude on duty leaves much to be desired. Listen, there are places you would go to, and then because you don't want to go through the normal system, they say they are running what they call a premium service. Now, if you are running a premium service, it means that, well, I should be more comfortable and you should not waste too much of my time. But here in Kumasi, here in Ghana, there are some places where you go, you're looking for premium service, which they say they are offering for you. You pay extra, and yet you don't have chairs to sit on. You are standing in the scorching sun at a discomfort. So wherein lies the customer service that we're talking about, even under premium services? We would be sharing with you our own experiences. I have my own personal experiences when it comes to customer service. I'll be sharing with you. Even when you go to some of the banks, all right. When you go to some of the banks, you go to some of the big institutions, education institutions, and what some of them do. Why is it so? How do we change the situation as we have it? Now, joining us on the phone lines right now is Mr. PV Jantuah, who is a development consultant. PV, good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm hanging in here. All is well with me, and I trust you're well too.
I'm good.
Chale, I thought I was the only one who wakes up very early in the morning. As early as 4 PV and I were chatting.
But how can man sleep 8 hours a night? Not in Ghana.
We called you up for this conversation relating to customer service. Now, what is customer service?
I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now?
If you can raise your voice a bit for me.
Better now. Is it better now?
Yes, it's better.
So I'd like to know from you what customer service is, and would you say that as Ghanaians we know what it is about and appreciate it?
Good morning, David, once again to your good self, your team this morning, and your cherished listeners out there. The question that you asked, customer service. Let me combine the two, the customer care and customer service. You see, when you talk about customer care, is when companies treat their customers with respect, kindness, and build an emotional connection with them. Then when you come to customer service, It is purely the assistance and advice provided by the company to the people who patronize or buy its products or services. So that is the difference between the two. And if you are to go about the difference, the customer service is the assistance the company gives to the patron as to how best the product or the service can be used, or the additional benefits of the product or the services. Whereas the customer care means how well the customer is being taken care of whenever he wants to patronize the product or service. And over here in Ghana, I would say we don't pay much attention to both, that's the customer care and customer service. Some even treat it as a departmental responsibility. But in other areas, from the security man to the CEO, everybody knows something about or understands how the company runs its customer service and customer care.
I'm happy that you've given us the difference between customer service and what customer care is. And again, from what I deduce from what you have said, it looks as if we are lagging behind. We are not doing so well when it comes to customer service. Question is, why is it so? And what impact is it having on businesses and the nation at large?
David, there was a survey by Ghana Customer Service Index. And that is, I'm using the 2022 figures. What the survey said was that 86% of the buyers will pay more if they have good customer service and customer care. 70% of the buyers base on how they are treated before they buy. Now, in the last customer service professional index in Ghana, right, in 2019, Ghana was rated around 62.6%. That is a drop of 1.3% as against 2018, where we have 63.9%. So it tells you the importance we attach to customer service and customer care in Ghana. In fact, we don't even see the need of it, because everywhere you go in Ghana, you will not get what you want to see or what you require or even what you deserve.
One would ask, how is this impacting us? Because although it might be quite bad, we're getting along fine, aren't we? So that's why I asked that question as to what impact it's having on businesses and the nation at large.
You see, it is having a negative impact on businesses and even on the nation, because if you go to the public services, customer service, customer care is zero. And the sad thing is that they have customer care desks, customer service desks, people who have been trained and are in charge of client care, client services, name them. They have the titles, but the services are not there. If you go to the private businesses, it's even worse. So I think we need to go back to the drawing board and find the need to employ the benefits of customer service and customer care. Because you see, if you set up a business and you think you can generate all the profit by yourself in the first place, why will you even bother setting up the business? You set up the business to get people to patronize your products and services for you to rake in your revenue and your profit as well. So, invariably, what it means is that your customers, they are the real business owners. So you need to give them care and you need to service them at the highest level. But it's amazing that what goes on here in Ghana is not acceptable at all. There was a survey that interviewed 25 Ghanaians and 10 tourists. 18 out of the 25 was not satisfied at all. Then 7 out of the 10 tourists, people who came from outside. You know what they said about Ghana? They say Ghanaians are very good people. They know how to make friends. They know how to mingle even with foreigners. But they don't know how to handle customers and clients. And that 7 said they will never return to Ghana to patronize whatever is a product or service again.
So, PV, indulge me, and to our dear listeners, we want to hear your own experiences. You go out there, you want to be, you want to buy, you go to places where services are supposed to render to you and all that. How would you describe customer service in Ghana?
What are your own personal
experiences that you would want to share with us when it comes to customer service? Our WhatsApp number is 055-1111-995. Share your experiences with us. And what do you do when, as a customer, you are being treated badly? What do you do? Now, PV, what are the basic customer service we need to know and apply? What are the basic things that we need to know and apply?
You see, the basic one is if somebody is coming to buy your product or coming to patronize your service, you go the extra mile. You see, the person knows exactly what he's looking for. That is why he's entered your shop or even entered your premises to patronize your service. What is so wrong for you to go the extra mile, right? To explain your product, your service, the additional benefits that you will get. Explain how the product is to be used, the do's and the don'ts about the product, so that the customer will have value for money, can use the product or the services throughout its economic useful life. And people don't even bother. I went to a boutique and somebody was there trying to buy one of their clothes. And the guy was asking them questions. Can I iron these clothes? If it gets dirty, can I drop it in the bucket of water to wash it? And apparently the person in the shop doesn't even know anything. So I took the trouble upon myself, turned the clothes over, and there are some labels inside the clothes. So I said, look, you see they've crossed the iron sign. It means you cannot iron the clothes. You see they've crossed the bucket sign. It means you cannot drop it into water. You only have to take it to the laundry for it to be cleaned on a dry cleaning. So these are some of the things. I have my personal experience some couple of weeks ago at a filling station, Frames Filling. I'll mention the company's name. Frames Filling Station at the IPT Junction. I had a problem with my car, and I'm a regular buyer every morning. So almost all the pump attendants knows me very well. So I called one of them that, I'm having a challenge with the car, and I want to leave the car here. Then say, talk to our watchman. The lady was there. The watchman came and said, Master, you have to pay 10 cedis. I said, why? He said, but if you come in the morning and something has happened to the car, you will be responsible. I said, but you are being paid here every month. He said, yes. The pump attendant was just looking at me. So I said, okay. I paid the guy 10 cedis and I said, look, I will not buy anything from this station again. And in the last couple of weeks, I've not even bought anything from them. And nobody cares. If the pump attendant knew something about customer service and customer care, he would have shut the watchman down. The watchman thinks it's an opportunity for him to make additional money.
Indeed, very sadly, you go to some supermarkets, you enter, and nobody would even greet you. They expect you to greet them first. Like you even mentioned, the pump attendant, the fuel stations. You get there, so for example, I'll get there and I'll greet. And sometimes I ask the pump attendant, so when I come, you didn't see me, you wouldn't greet me, you wouldn't even ask any question. Memo, this line is open petrol. Somebody nearly gave me diesel for my vehicle. So, question I have next is this: oftentimes, customers keep quiet when they are being, given a raw deal by way of customer service. So you go to a restaurant, you're not being treated well. You go to a mall, you're not treated well. You go to the hospital or the banking hall, wherever people go to and they're not treated well, they keep quiet about it. They don't defend themselves or raise questions or eyebrows. Is that the right approach?
It's not the right approach, but somebody will keep quiet and walk away because you have encountered a situation where a customer has voiced out his dissatisfaction and he has become a devil. You see some of these comments. So some people will walk away, but I have value for my money. If I'm not satisfied, I will voice it out. Yesterday at Aberpo Junction, when you close to after, there's an ECG office at Boshen. There is this filling station there. I went there to buy fuel. Somebody has parked on the pump. The person is apparently not buying anything. The pump attendant is attending to a vehicle there. Then I asked him, Master, don't you know how to manage your forecourt? The guy was asking me, oh, the man could. I said, what's the meaning of this? The manager was standing there. He was just looking at me. So over here in Ghana, customer care, customer service is zero. The corporate institutions and companies who knows and understand the need of customer service and customer care are really enjoying. And in fact, if you joke with them, you will be fired.
PV, you know what? I mean, there are people who will not keep quiet. They will raise what I would describe as hell. They might use vulgar language. They might, make a lot of noise and cause a scene. Would you say that is also, acceptable or not?
You see, they say the customer is always right. Fine, you can complain. But to use vulgar language and insulting is not appropriate. But you have to make your point. Insist on what you are dissatisfied. Make whoever is in charge come on the same page with you. I think that is better than even insulting, because once you start insulting, what it means is that the real issue have been relegated to the background.
So in all this, I mean, how much blame can we put on business owners or managers of businesses? Because at the end of it all, you own the business or you are managing the business. If your staff or any member of your staff is not doing the right thing, first of all, how do you even get to know that customer service from that staff of yours is poor, and how do you handle it?
David, let me ask you, how many businesses do have feedback channels that, okay, if I'm not at the business premises, if I'm not at the shop, what will I put in place so that even from afar I can monitor? Or when I come back to the premises, I will know exactly what has gone on. In some places, you will find the CEO's phone number boldly pasted on the wall that if you are dissatisfied, call the CEO on this line. Some of these things will now put the staff and the workers in a situation to behave well. Because you see, if you don't have feedback channels, it's very difficult. Like the customer who will keep quiet and walk away. And don't forget, word of mouth plays a major role in either bringing up the business or pushing it down. So it is incumbent on business owners to really understand why they have set up these businesses. How they even want to rake in the profits, and who is bringing in the profit, who are the profit drivers. Once they understand what I've just said, they will now attach importance to customer service and customer care. Because there's a lady who sells this anwamo. If you go there and 5 people are already there, he will greet you. Oh, you are welcome. Then he focuses attention on those people who are there already. The woman really understands what he's doing. He has a way to play with whoever walks to buy the rice. And so he now understands the importance of both customer care and customer service. You realize that it will get to a point, some of the customers will now become the ambassadors of the business. They'll be speaking well of the business everywhere they find themselves. So the real problem is the business owners. They don't understand the importance of customer service and customer care, that it can even build their brand, rake in the profits, ensure the business sustainability, and so on and so forth. They don't understand. All that they do is that I have the money, I've opened the business, people will come and patronize. They don't even think about the person who is coming to patronize the business, the product or service, in order for him to make money and also enjoy his life. They don't care. They don't give a hoot about them.
So, PV, there are some state institutions, and they are saying to the general public that they are rendering premium services. So, which means that you have to pay extra for that premium service to be, enjoyed by you. But you go there, you don't have a place to sit. You go there, you might even be in the scorching sun. You go there and they waste your time. There's nothing premium service about that. That is also contrary to customer service. How would you suggest that we handle this bit?
You see, anybody who understands what they call premium service will not go and will be bullied around like what you are saying, that you even have chair to sit on. You waste your time and so on and so. Because premium service comes with quality service. I'm paying for services, and in fact, in some advanced countries, you'll be booked. You go there on time. You leave on time. The attention is on you. But over here, they want to enjoy the fees, but they will not give you the commensurate services, and they call it premium service. Yesterday, I overheard on radio, NIA, Ghana Identification Authority, is approving premium, blah, 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 blah. They announce their rates, how much they are going to charge you. They never made mention that you will not spend 10 minutes in getting your Ghana card. You will not spend 5 minutes in even changing some details on your Ghana card and so on. So they only made mention of their rates. So right from the word go, off my cost, you go there and you will end up spending your whole day there. And they will call it a premium service. But those of us who understand premium service, I will not come for you to boss me around. No. So it's also the customers, the patrons, also knowing their rights, where they can demand performance.
How do we fix this, PV? I mean, especially for these places where they say they are rendering premium services and there's nothing premium about the service that they are rendering to you. And sometimes they even talk to you anyhow. They come and tell you are making too much noise on their premises and all that. How do we handle it? How do we get it right?
It's all about education. We need to educate the general public, their rights, what they are entitled to. Because you see, once I've worked, sweat and get my money, and I'm coming to patronize your service for you to make your money, and I'm not getting a commensurate returns on what I'm going to give to you. No, but people think, oh, once if I spend time and have it, I'm okay. It also boils down to people who don't also have stand-up in whatever they are doing. Because I will not come to your place for you to boss me around. No.
Would you say that firing a staff that does not handle, a customer well is too harsh?
No. Because you see, if you don't treat the customer well, if you don't handle the customer well, where are we going to get money to pay you? Your very existence as employee of that company depends on who is coming to patronize the products and services for the company to make money and pay you. So if you are killing the business, you see, if you mishandle a customer, what it means is that you are killing the business. So you have no place in the business. You must be fired. Not even suspended. You must be fired. And when you go to the public services, it is worse because the way and manner they are being employed, a big man will now take his CV or application. The following day, you call report to that office. So the person will get there swelling headed, have no standard. He doesn't know anything about the corporate mission and vision. He will just go there, start working and misbehaving because a big hand brought him or her there. That is why we have these major problems at the public institutions, because he can't be fired.
PV, can we blame ourselves as workers? Where you go into a place where you've been given employment, hardly would you be trained or be oriented on customer service. So if this is lacking, can we blame ourselves?
You see, it's a problem that we need to look at it holistically. Where it goes for the business owners, or it goes to the management, or it goes to whoever is in charge, and the people who are also going there to patronize the product or services. All of us should know our rights, we should know our duties, why we are there. And it all boils down to continuous career development programs that the employers also need to put in place to change the mindset of the people that they are employing. And there is something that they call organizational behavior. That also needs to be imposed on the workers. That your bad attitude at home, you cannot bring it at the work premises. Once you enter there, you need to put on a new behavior. And when some of these things are put in place, I believe it will go a long way to change the situation we find ourselves in for the better.
That what saddens me is that to some extent, PV, you might wonder whether these staff appreciate and understand customer service. So the bank teller might frown her face or be on her phone, either WhatsApping or doing whatever it is that she's doing. She will not attend to the customers at the banking hall. But let her see somebody who she knows then the frown will change into a smile. Or maybe somebody who has cash, some rich man enters. Then her smile, her frown would change into a smile. So which means that to a large extent, we know the right thing, only we will not do it. We'll do it only to people we think we are acquainted with or we know.
That is what I mentioned, organizational behavior. The organizational behavior will require that you treat all manner of customers right and fair, no discrimination. And there should be an internal mechanism that will make sure that if a staff is misbehaving towards a customer, he or she will be brought to book without fear or favor. And once they realize that the rules and regulations in the business environment is equally like an electric stove that has been plugged, he doesn't know whoever plugs it. If you touch it, the equal manner of burn that you will receive is as the same. Then everybody will sit up. But if you find yourself in a work environment where the laws are applied based on even the relationship with the manager or whoever it is, then what you are saying, will always come into play.
Thank you. PV is a development, person, consultant, and he joined us for this conversation on customer service. It's now exactly 8:00 per the studio's clock. PV, once again, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, David.
We'd like to hear from you. I mean, our listeners out there. How would you describe customer service in Ghana? How would you describe customer service in Ghana? What are some of your own experiences relating to customer service? And what do you do when someone is not giving you the right service, although you are going to pay for that service? What do you do? Do you, like me, will keep quiet and walk away, or you behave like Leo and rant? Now, we'll be activating the phone lines shortly so we can hear from you. But we are live on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM. Join us there with your thoughts. You can also send your thoughts to our WhatsApp number 055-1111-995. Tell us about your own experiences when it comes to customer service in Ghana.
The ranting is effective.
Well, I will not rant. I will look for a senior person at the place.
Sometimes they won't even let you see that senior person.
So there's a way to go about it.
Yeah,
there's a way to go about it.
Can I share my experience?
We'll do that after these messages. Okay. And let's talk about Weedy Locks. Now, if you're looking for the very best security doors in Ghana, then come straight to Weedy Locks. You know why? Weedy Locks deals in Israeli security and internal doors. Now, their doors are elegant, affordable, and durable. So if you're looking for something that is nice, you get it from Weedy Locks. If you're looking for something that is robust and strong and tough, you get it at Weedy Locks. Now, it has a gladiator locking system. 13 bolts lock all round into the galvanized steel frame. Now, their doors do not make noise, therefore people cannot monitor the movement of the people in the home or the house. It is specifically coated with powder paint to avoid peeling of paint. It weighs over 60 kg for a single door. It comes in single, large, 1.5 and double doors. Now you can also order for special height doors. Their doors are made of galvanized steel, so listen, it does not rust. At Weedy Locks, keys are coded with 5 keys per door, which cannot be duplicated. Unless, of course, if you lose all the keys, then they will change the cylinder for you and give you another set of 5 keys. Again, they cannot be duplicated. Now, if you want peace of mind, security at home, offices, the banks, the warehouse, go straight to Weedy Locks to have a door that lasts so long without replacement. Now, there's a special offer that is ongoing right now for architects, for building contractors, as well as real estate developers. Contact them at their showroom at Kwahoma of the Durban Sokopan Road. You can call them or send a WhatsApp to these numbers 050-8777-755 or 057-5777-755. Weedy Locks, we protect what matters most to you. All right, so let's talk about how you can store water in a very safe tank and how your business can boom as well. Now, Syntex is the number one leader when it comes to tanks in Ghana. Now, they have sizes that ranges from 100 liters up to 25,000 liters. Now, you are sure to have the size you need for your business or for your home. It's available in many different colors at no extra cost. So if you're looking for yellow, you're looking for blue, you're looking for red, you're looking for white, aside from the black that many have, well, you get it. Syntex has just launched a new Syntex Pure Gallon tank. Now, still the strength of a Syntex tank with an affordable price. Get yours today from a Syntex agent nationwide. Now, Syntex is also your number one stop shop for all your plastic packaging needs. Call them today. In fact, call them now. 050-5555-666 to find out more, or send them a message to their social media at Syntex Ghana. Syntex, you're strong, you're tough. Leo, so what's your experience that you wanted to share?
Yeah, so I was going to renew my business certificate. You know, every year you have to do the renewal at the Registrar General's department. So I went there. When you get there, you see this gentleman in front of a desk at the entrance. And then I told him my problem, and then he directed me to a place over a counter where a lady was, doing her thing. So when I entered that big hall, it was a lot of people everywhere. I don't work there, so I don't know what is going on. So I listened to the instruction of the guy at the front,
entrance, yeah.
At the entrance, and I went straight to the lady that he pointed me to. And then I said, almost in fact, we say, Embraha, in a nice tone. But she raised her head, and in her tone, with a frown face, told me, "A lie, line." So then I paused for a second, and I was like, "What?" And she repeated it, and immediately I just fumed and started shouting and asking her why she has to talk to me like that in a very angry and very loud tone. So all attention was on me, the two of you. And she was like, "You are causing a scene." And I was like, "I'm causing a scene." Well, I said something that I cannot say on radio. Then, as the noise was going on, one person came from one of the offices. It looks like he was a senior officer of the place. Then shouted on them, "Hey, why is this you? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Like in an instant, everything started working. And then within that space of 5-10 minutes, it started moving. Everybody on sitting behind every desk was working accordingly. And business was going on smoothly. And I was like, so if I hadn't done that crazy thing, nobody had the courtesy to make sure that
when you entered the office, didn't you see that there were people seated and that they might be in a queue?
That's what I'm saying. I went there. It was a big room full of people. Some are sitting, some are standing. I don't know who is going where. I don't work there, so I have to be told.
But again, right? She should have taken her time.
Yeah.
And told you that there's a queue.
Yes. I perfectly understand. Yeah. All that she had to do was to be nice.
Yeah, true.
If she had been nice, I would have just gone and joined the queue.
But it's your nature, because you went to a telco, place close, and you wanted to even go do a similar thing there.
But the thing is, it works. When you go to any place and then they try the customer service is not up to standard, it's poor, and then you do that, it works for you, and that's why I've adapted it.
But why I ask myself this question: why would they treat somebody badly, knowing that the person is bringing that organization money?
Money, yeah.
They are patronizing your product. Why would you not treat that person well? Why would you change if the person starts to scream and raise hell?
David, you see, I always say that the fact that you are not paid well doesn't give you the license to misbehave. You see, most people look at their salary, then they look at the job responsibility and start to misbehave. And I say, "Kurana into a mekei drepu kulebini ha drepu na menye minister for
health. I know you're director for.
We are all not paid well. Nobody in Ghana, even the president, so you not being paid well doesn't give you the opportunity to have that vibe and attitude at work. I always say this: so far as you've not resigned, so far as you've not gotten that dream job, whatever you are doing is what is paying you. And so far as at the end of the month that alert comes, you're able to fend for yourself and your family, you have no excuse to misbehave. Personally, the customer service doesn't exist in Ghana unless few places. I've been to places when they get to Eugene Multimedia, then they start. So you ask yourself, is it because I'm Eugene? Is it because you know me? So what happens to the ordinary person? That's what you're saying. And what is even sad is that there are certain institutions, you go, I nearly mentioned an institution, you go for transcript. So those who know the institution, they know where I go to school. Transcript and certain basic thing, proficiency, how they even direct you. You need to take your certificate. The whole school, a university of this teacher to 2023, you need to sign in a notebook. The notebook is as a certain dean of student, or by the time you get to the department for you to sign, you've wasted an entire day.
03220-83596, 03220-83597, and 03220-83598. Listen, call us. Tell us your own, experiences when it comes to customer service in Ghana. And you can also join us with your thoughts and your experiences on WhatsApp number 0551111995. Please keep it straight to the point, simple for us. All right. Yeah,
David, about the schools. The last time I applied to certain leadership stuff, David, even when you are rejected, you get a mail. If you think I'm joking, send an email to any of the state institutions in Ghana. You will not get any response. Their numbers don't even work.
Bonzi is on the line, so is Christophe and all. I can see Nase on. Let's speak to Christophe. Hi, Christophe. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, David. How are you, sir?
Well, Chris, in 40 seconds, let's hear you.
David, this is a very complicated topic, and I think that we are where we are now because of some of these challenges. In fact, we don't even know much about customer care. We don't know the impact customers can make on our businesses. In fact, the customers are the lifeblood of the business. In fact, every company that would thrive and survive and succeed and break through and have multinational companies all over the world, you need customers, loyal customers. And how do you retain them, David? You have to make sure that you meet their needs. And people who work in these places that we call customer care, whatever, they don't know much about the details. David, in some cases, they think that they are even doing you a favor by you coming to buy from them. They go to a room now, go to a shop and ask about 5 prices of something and don't buy. You see the way the woman there, the guy there will squeeze their face and I won't turn out what we will see in time, you know. They don't even know how to cajole and then treat customers well. If today I come to do window shopping, it means that tomorrow or maybe the next day I'll come
I
and buy.
hear you, Christophe. Thank you very much. Let's keep it simple and straight to the point. Bonzi, good morning.
Hello, good morning, David.
Hi, Bonzi. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, so my contribution will be this. It is said in management, what gets measured gets done. Or people do what you inspect, not what you expect. It is about business owners and managers incorporating performance measures in people's work profile. So you measure people on the things that they do, and then you compensate them well. If an employee is not giving a good customer service, if it is part of his performance evaluation, it should be detected. And then the person either equally rewarded or punished for it. So we are getting these things because from top to down, from governance all the way down to the market seller, we don't measure anything in this country, and so nobody does anything. That's it.
Bonzi, thanks for sharing, and I agree with you perfectly. Nase, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm well, Nase. Please, let's hear you.
Good. Please, I quickly want to share an experience, but at the end of this call, I will want to speak to you off there for assistance. This experience has to do with the passport office, the premium services. I applied online, did everything, went to do the biometric thing, came back to my home. I'm a mind worker, actually. I'm very busy. I've been monitoring this on their platform for some time. Anytime I check, it's going through approval. So at a point, I realized, okay, let me just drive straight to whilst I was home one day, drive straight to their office. I got there at a doom, and they picked my slip. Going through the slip, somebody said, okay, my passport has been printed, but that has been done earlier than the time I was actually supposed to have it. So they asked me, did you give it to anybody to do? I said, no, I applied for premium because I don't have time. And why would I give it to somebody else if I'm actually going to follow it up on myself? Then they called the senior officer in. He came in and he's telling me, unfortunately, I have to go to Accra. Once the passport has been printed, I have to go to the rate office. I'm like, man, I applied for premium. It's supposed to be printed for it to come to Kumasi here. And you are telling me to go to Accra. So you expect me to drive all the way to Accra to go and follow up on my passport, which I've paid for premium services. This gentleman was telling me, boss, that is how some people give it to this. He's explaining a whole lot of things. Actually, when I went there the next day, I had to go to site. And as I'm speaking to you now, my passport has been printed. It's in Accra. I haven't actually got the time to even follow it up now.
Now, so we'll pick your number. I'll call you after the conversation, and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you so much, David. I'll be grateful. Have a fruitful day, and thanks for the good job you are doing for the Mother Ghana.
Thank you very much, Nase, for joining us as well, and for listening to Love in the Morning always. Nana Kweku, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Well,
we spoke some time ago about our normal Friday program. Air your views or speak your mind. It was taken off. I believe you are trying to bring it back because a lot of people have a lot of issues on their mind. They don't have. You ask the man in interview, what do we do? People do want to. Talk. Just get the opportunity to talk, but they don't have it. Let me give you my personal experience. Vodafone, Kumase. Look, wow, what data? Not my fault. Not my fault. Registration, I've done everything. And bought data. 400 cities each on 3 different numbers. Now, in fact, they made their own mistakes. And then they cancelled my line. I came there. I've been there for 3 weeks now. My data, 178 gig, 174 gig. The front office lady started talking to me, asked me to go meet a man. I've been speaking to this man for 2 weeks and 3 weeks now. My data has not been funded. And look, I told them yesterday, I was there yesterday, probably anyone that has an issue, we should start organizing and then go to Vodafone and demonstrate there. Because a lot of people have issues about this registration, the deadline that they brought on the 31st last month. And then people who had the genuine cause, the genuine issues, not their fault. You are taking them off. They've provided every document to you, getting back mobile monies, getting their data. If you work in such organizations where your name has been mentioned, don't take it negatively. Look into it and fix the problems there. This is one of the ways you can get feedback for your issues and the concerns that your customers have. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, David.
Let's hear you, Ken.
In this our country, the only place you can get good customer services when that product is being, or when that service is being given by a bunch of people at a particular time, at a particular area. Like when you go to the market, for instance, you can experience good customer service, the spare parts dealers. David, I've been wondering about this. When you get to a bank, you see teller 1, teller 2, teller 3. One will be functioning. The rest, who are you to ask, why is this teller and then the other one not functioning? So I've been asking, if it's they're going for break, at least somebody should alert the customers that, oh, they've gone for break. You be in a queue. Just one teller serving a bunch of people. This is our nation. Like Nana Kweku said, you have to bring back that program that people will call in and then tell you or speak their grievances to the authority.
I hear you. Well, thank you very much, Ken. Our final caller is in Erasmus. Erasmus, please, some 40 seconds for you too.
Yeah, good morning, David. Hello, David. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Erasmus. Good morning, Erasmus.
Yeah, David, this customer issue is a big problem here. And it's like the one sitting there calling himself or herself as a customer service person is doing you some sort of service, so you don't have the right to even talk. I went to Kenton Corner electricity office to buy credit. David, I was actually busy, so I decided to quickly go get the credit and go and continue with what I was doing. I went there was this lady in the teller. She was in the box, fidgeting with the phone, close to 45 minutes, David. And when I went there and told her, Madam, some of us have other businesses to attend to. Can you please put what do you mean? Do you think we are kids? It's our money that is used to pay you. David, look at the impunity. And I said, I don't blame you. I told her that I don't blame you. If you had gone through the right process of getting this employment, you would not be sitting here and talk this way to me. We are wine, David. And because of this, a lot of businesses are collapsing right here in Ghana.
I hear you, Erasmus, and you mean impudence, not necessarily not impunity. You mean impudence. Let's go on to our WhatsApp console and hear what people have also sent in. Yeah,
David. Remember yesterday what I told you about that office?
Yeah, you did.
And I'm glad someone. You see, David, David, it's revolting and irritating. You get to that office, you go and buy prepaid, maybe it on chips. Obi also ton prepare. David, look at the paper. The last I showed you, when you buy 100 cedis credit, instantly, ECG takes 10 Ghana cedis. 10 Ghana cedis. And you said they sell prepaid to us. And if you know the anointing, there's this online platform Joe introduced me to. You call the guy, the way they even talk to you, 10 minutes, the people will come. You go to a whole district office and you stay there for 30 minutes. They are three tellers.
If your name has been mentioned and you are a lead or a head in that business, take it as feedback. Let's go into our WhatsApp console.
Good morning, David. Thank you so much for bringing up this topic for discussion. In fact, most of the shop owners here, private shop owners here, don't know how to give good services to their customers. You go to a shop and no one comes up to you to welcome you, to show you around where you can get what you want. I was in a shop to buy a bread. And when I picked the bread to the counter, it was the shop owner who was keeping the shop. And I saw him at the time that I went to the counter to pay for the bread. He was trying to fix his phone charger into the socket. He tried and it wasn't going through. He really managed to get it inside a socket before attending to me. I stood there and watched him. And in fact, I almost became angry and left the bread, but I waited for him to finish.
I hear you. Another bad experience there. This same person said business in Koswaka said Odbeshe Beye. Nema metia so Odbeshe ne mame. But the refuse on one subia or each amount for Enamanaka Kokoesa. Another lawyer told me about some watch joint around stadium. Yes, I'm not a chain. But to Oxford, Untimi Triaco.
David, good morning. David Kodonye from Abuakwa. David, you may say customer service for Ghana, especially